I'm here at Grand Canyon University, aka GCU, aka the biggest party in all of college basketball. So they say. I'm here to find out. I want to learn what the truth is about GCU because I have heard a million different things. The mystery about this school, a decade ago or so or something like that, it was basically only an online school and it was unheard of. There was no amazing campus like you see with palm trees and things to do for the students. I've seen people on the internet say that they think this is a fake school because they're like, I don't really know if it's a real campus. I never hear anyone graduate from GCU, but it's a real campus. Like, turn the camera around, show the people. There's people here. This is definitely a real school and everything. And it's very nice, I will say that. It's very beautiful. I want to hear from the students themselves, like what it's all about, why they do this, how it got to be like this the last few years, because it definitely wasn't always like this. And now that the basketball team has gotten so good, I imagine it gets better and better every single year. I have never seen a small school mid-major program elevate so quickly. And
we play Western Kentucky
this is,
tomorrow
you hear this?
7 p.m. at the Global Credit Union Arena.
It's today's Friday at noon.
Purple out, let's go.
Purple out, the biggest party. That was so unscripted, by the way. I hope the camera picked that up because that was unbelievable. 2 NCAA tournaments, back-to-back WAC champions. I really have never seen a small program be built so quickly and to such a high level. And shout out Bryce Drew, great coach now at GCU, one of the up-and-comers in the sport. The team is unbelievable. You saw them almost beat Alabama in the tournament last year. We're gonna go to the game at some point tomorrow, and we'll find out the truth. I talked to the students, we gotta talk to the leaders of the Havocs to get the real vibe of what's going on here.
All right, welcome.
My brother. This is the glorious Havocs office, right?
This is where all 19 of the Havoc leaders work. Right now, a little bit of a mess. We got all of our boxes for giveaways, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and stuff like that. This is where the grind happens for all. Yeah,
I feel like a student now.
So I'm Tyler Kilgore, and I'm the director of teams for the Havocs.
I want to understand from your guys' perspective what it means and like how this even ever started.
Started in 2016, I believe. It was by a guy named Brandon Kaiser, so he's up somewhere on that wall. He started it all, and then students just kind of followed. Our biggest brand is that when people get here for Welcome Week, we tell them everyone's a Havoc. Like, if you're a student at GCU, perfect, you're a Havoc. Obviously, you can see it's grown more and more as the school has grown more and more because I think we're pushing like 25,000 on campus now, which is crazy. I think.
Game days. Am I prepared for what I'm going to see tomorrow? Or
no,
like,
it is crazy. I mean, we even texted a little bit. I've never seen anything like it from all the choreographed music, the behind the scenes a lot of people don't see is like literally picking music out for which timeouts. So it takes a lot. People camping outside for days.
People are camping out for games a whole day before of like the scrimmages against Eastern New Mexico. They're playing Western Kentucky tomorrow. I'm not trying to slander the Hilltoppers too much, but Western Kentucky, not the most elite program, is early in the year.
Camp out every game. Like you said, we had Eastern New Mexico exhibition game. And we had, I think, 120 camping groups. And so
we're here at Camp Elliott right now. We are pre-camping the camp out, I guess is what you want to call it. Campception.
It is 2 o'clock. On Friday. They play at 6 o'clock, so more than 24 hours away. It's like 28 hours away. Is this like bare minimum, and usually it just gets more and more throughout the year for the camping out, for the camp out and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say so. Last year, San Diego State was pretty insane. There's probably like 300 or 400 people here. The whole field was packed. Spike ball going on, football being tossed around. The basketball players came out to give us pizza, which was pretty cool. That's cool. At the front of the line there is where they do the sign-ups that start in about 45 minutes. They give each group a number that corresponds to where they are in line. Tonight, we're going to camp out. And then tomorrow morning, you get back in line to check back in. And they give you a wristband that corresponds basically with the group of which group you get to go in.
There really is no other student section in the country that I've ever seen that does the stuff that y'all do. Now, being there in person is probably a different experience, but like you guys are the best student section in the country, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we for sure are. I think that's what's so cool is that we haven't had in the past, like the teams that Duke has had. In the past, it was really the atmosphere is what made the team better.
Yeah.
And you could see that in our home records. I mean, we went undefeated last year at home in basketball, and it's the same for every single sport too. It's not even just basketball.
You have to say that, people saying that. GCU definitely not a real school, and like I get why, because like it's just becoming a generation of graduates and stuff like that, and alumni.
So I actually run our Twitter page during March Madness, especially. All the comments was like, since we won our first game too against St. Mary's, everyone was like, this is a fake school, like this is not a real school, and I'm like, you gotta come.
Exactly.
Hopefully people will see this and be like, okay, it's a real school. Like,
did you have class today?
I didn't have class today,
That's
but
bullshit.
gotta come see it for yourself. So yeah.
We're gonna find out tomorrow.
Perfect.
Sweet, appreciate
Sweet,
you, brother.
yeah,
Right?
of course.
I'm here with Duke Brennan. I want to hear from a player's perspective, like what it's like on a game day.
I played at a lot of different places. I played in the Pac-12 my freshman year,
Yep.
a ton of different places. And when you come here, it's not a super, super big gym, but, like those famous gyms like Cameron Indoor and those smaller gyms, it gets our student section packs this place out, and it's amazing. And, Donovan Mitchell came here and played when he was on Louisville, and he says this is the craziest place he ever played.
That was years ago at this point, right?
Years ago, and it's only gotten crazier. So you'll see it tomorrow.
I'm excited.
He's coming tomorrow.
I'm excited.
You'll see it tomorrow.
But you went undefeated at home last year.
We do credit that to our student section in the place, because people, we try to schedule games and they honestly don't want to smoke here. So helps our confidence, and we love it. Dunks go crazy here.
Yeah.
We were Slam Canyon last year.
I didn't know that. Slam Canyon?
Yeah, so they called us that when we were going to March Madness last year, Slam Canyon, because we had all those dudes, Tyon, Gabe, Simo.
Give yourself some credit. Give yourself some credit.
Yeah, me sometimes, but.
A lot of teams and programs try to manipulate all the rankings and statistics and beat the crap out of really bad teams instead of go and play challenging road games.
Yeah. Yes.
Talking about the rise of, I guess, the current team, but also the rise of the program in general.
You look up into some of these banners. It's been in the last, 4 years, under Coach Drew himself. He's been building a really good program. Last year was a great year, breakout year for us. We had amazing player, Tyon, good returners coming back from that team that they won the championship before that. So we got 5 of our top 6 back. So we're going to be right back there. You guys.
Long-term view. Coach Drew comes from a family of his older brother, really good culture building and long-term outlook of the program. Scott Drew won a national championship, obviously, and Bryce is doing great things here. What do you see him doing that make you feel so good and confident about the long-term outlook of the program?
The Drew family, like you said, is a great family, and I would say that aspect of family and bringing guys close to each other, and making them love and respect each other and know what to do with each other is that aspect. And I would say us being a Christian campus, obviously keeping God close to us, and he brings that into all of our things, keeping the Lord and God close to us, and that brings more of a family connection too. So he knows the right pieces and he knows how to build a program. So
yeah, for sure.
Just those little aspects that has gotten us to where we are. So appreciate you. Thank you for coming out.
Of course.
You got to see the game tomorrow, man.
Yeah, we're gonna be here. This place really is surreal. I'm not gonna lie. You heard the students, everybody talking about it, the vibe and the culture and everything is crazy. Last thing to do is go to the game and see it for myself. Remember all those students who were camping out? About 90 minutes before the actual tip-off, they finally get to go into the arena, and it is a full-on Dallas Cowboys psycho fan sprint in there to get their best seat possible. From there, it really is the party that they all rave about. I went in about an hour before tip-off, and they already had the in-arena DJ bumping house music the whole time. They were going wild. They do this big choreographed light show. I just can't imagine being an away team and having to warm up and prepare for a game in this setting. It's very college football 25, stadium pulse, noise meter, shaking your screen type vibe. At timeouts and halftime, they did a half-court shot to win $5,000 for a student. And of course, when I'm there at this game, some kid absolutely nails it. Look at this. This is for a non-conference early November game against Western Kentucky. And the game was insanely close. The kids were going wild. The biggest moment was when I think it was Mekhi Williams ties up the game with under a minute left after they were down for so long. And then, of course, the Ray Harrison buzzer beater for the win. Okay. Don't think I have ever seen a college basketball game environment like that, a student section like that, the coordination they had was unbelievable. They were so locked in the whole entire time. They're in unison the entire half of the arena, and they're just nonstop party. DJs going crazy, house music the whole time, and you could hear. I actually have no voice. I was sitting with the students for majority of the second half. I couldn't leave because the game got so intense, and I wanted to stay there. I don't think I was screaming or going like crazy or anything, but I don't know, I feel like you just get kind of lost up in the moment. Not have been a better game to see the students at their best. Talk about some of the best student sections in the country and the best environments. Think of the Cameron Crazies at Duke, and this is comparable to that. It's really not that small of a school. They have like over 20,000 kids on campus. But when you think of the bigger schools, like I mentioned Duke, I know BYU has a great student section. Auburn, Alabama, Texas Tech, like there's a million schools I can name. Those schools are big and it's harder to coordinate as well as a smaller school like this can. More religious school, it's a completely dry campus. There's not really partying going on. So this is what the students are doing. Like this is it for them, and that's why they love it so much. Felt the culture, felt the vibes. Everyone is so welcoming also, which was so nice. They call it the biggest party in college basketball. Absolutely no joke. This is the biggest party in college basketball. The campus is real. The school is real. I'm going to confirm that also. The team, like I mentioned, really did not play well yesterday. They're missing 2 starters. They were not shooting well in the first half at all. To be fair, when you're not on your best days and you can find a way to win against a decent team, a win's a win, you take that and you move on. GCU is still 100% the team that everyone wants them to be. They got to the round of 32 last year. You heard it from a couple of the guys. They want to get to the Sweet 16 and maybe even further this year. I'm seriously so impressed with everything that the program, the students, the school, everything about GCU basketball is actually crazy. It didn't even feel real. It still doesn't feel real to me. It's like a fever dream. Wouldn't put it in the echelon of like Duke and Carolina for college basketball bucket list. It is definitely getting there. If you're in Arizona or you're near the West Coast or you're in the area at all, I would 1,000% try to go to a game. The arena is small. The environment is so much fun. They have a whole tailgate beforehand. There's a really strong case for the GCU students to be the best students and best student section in the entire country. Still here. Thanks for watching. I've done YouTube videos, but this is my first official like vlog of my trips and travels in college basketball and hoops. Stay tuned. It's the first of many, hopefully. GCU is a great time. Now I got to go watch my Jets play the Cardinals and probably disappoint me like always.